Good night, everyone. Tonight, God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Irma J. Spiritual Divine. I'm also the creator of the world, and I have a little short news for you on tonight. Um, First I'm gonna start with you remember the school had the shooting there. They had 19 kids got killed and two teachers. So now the family, all the students of the shooting that was at the school, they want to take legal action. You know, so I think they should take legal action. You know, so have more investigation because it seems like more stuff keep popping up. So they need closure. They need closure. So if they want to take action to have more investigation, that's good. That's good because it seems like more stuff is started popping up. Because um, I can't imagine what they are feeling, and what they're going through. We can imagine. We cannot imagine what they're going through. These parents drop their kids off, to school to learn, and they thought the children were gonna be safe, not knowing this was gonna happen. We don't have it in our wildest dreams that something gonna happen like this at the school. That you're gonna bring your child there and not gonna see them again. So that's why I'm trying to toughen up these laws with the guns. We toughen if I keep on toughening up these rules with the laws with these guns and stuff like that, we'll have less guns out on the street, less rifles out on the street. So this won't constantly keep on happening. Because this is happening in the school, it's happening in the church. It just happened. Graduation, it just happened everywhere. So we can't imagine what they are going through. Dropping the children off to school, thinking that they will be safe in school, not knowing that this was happening. You know, so I give my condolences and sympathy for all the parents and family from the two teachers. Now I am so sorry that this happened. But after the incident had happened, I did came up with some safety rules for the school. And I'm constantly updating it all the time. Constantly updating. And I just appreciated everyone will follow the safe procedures um, for next time, but we hope it won't be a next time. But we just gonna be cautious and follow the procedures of the safe rules for the school. When I talked about the security, unarmed security inside and armed security outside. I know y'all heard it multiple times, and I talks about it constantly updating. I'm gonna constantly update, and try to make sure that all schools is following these procedures. Because you're dropping your kids off, and you're not knowing, you're not knowing if you're gonna see your child again. And it's not nobody's fault but the person that pulled the trigger. You know. So now for the parents, I hope they get justice, and I hope they get a closure. Because they need closure. Because we can't imagine. They probably in so much pain. So I'm so sorry that this had happened. So we can't imagine the pain that y'all is suffering. I have children and grandkids my own self. So I'm trying to make all this so safe as possible. Trying to toughen up these guns and rifles, law rules and stuff like that of the person discussed. And trying to have the safe procedures for the school. You know. Okay, so now we're gonna brought to my attention. Now we have a mother is charged from after her 2-year-old shot his father and he died. He was sitting out there playing the little video game. He was playing a video game. You know, his name was Reggie. You know, and he was fatally shot. You know, and this happened like late last month. You know, so while he was playing a video game, the mother of the boy, now the mother of the boy, she facing criminal charges. You know, from probably wherever the child found the gun at in the house. You know, and then down the line, I'm gonna talk to y'all about the safety of the guns that's in the house. You know, so I give my condolences and sympathies to the wife. You know, because she done lost her husband. You know, and now you know she facing charges, and she have a 2 year old. You know, so imagine a 2 year old. You know, he don't know he killed his father. You know, he just a baby. You know, so I give my sympathy to her. You know, so I know she going through a whole lot of stuff right now. You know, so um, I understand. I don't understand, you know, the pain that you're going through, but I'm so sorry that this had happened. You know, I'm so sorry that this had happened. Now I do have some procedures for the guns in the home. You know, do have some safety rules for the guns in the home. One, if you have guns in your home, make sure you put on a top shelf. Okay, and not only put on a top shelf, get a little box and make sure that box have a lock on it. So when you place your gun in there, it can be locked. And some of you might have teenagers in the house. So if any one of them have hold to that box, you know, and the box is locked, they won't be able to get into it. You know, so no one would get hurt. So I think that was a good idea I came up with, uh, getting a box with a lock on it. So if any other child tries to grab that box, they won't be able to get into it. And that way we'll keep everyone safe. You know, I'm all about trying to keep everyone safe. You know, creating things better for the world. You know, so I think that'll be a good idea to get a box with a lock on it and place it in there and keep it locked at all times. You know, especially when you got kids and teenagers and all that in the house and stuff. I think that'll be a good idea. So if any child get hold to it, you know, they won't be able to open it. You know, and so no one will get home. You know, so I think that was a good creation that came out with. You know, so we all sorry that this happened. You know, and we are sorry that you is facing criminal charges. You know, you done lost your husband. You know, so I know you in severe pain also. You know, so I'm gonna keep on praying for all situations, the school in this situation right here. You know, so that's that news. I mean, the bad news just keep going on and on. You know, so we have the judge that blocked Louisiana Congress map with one black district. You know, so we have the governor, Edwards. You know, he withdrawn the district online. It's required by the court order. You know, so the Voting Rights Act and by the basis fairness and the base map. You know, so in other words, um, they're coming up with a conference on new map. You know, but they don't want to place this district on that map. They don't want to put that on the map, and they're saying that map have pretty much African American in that district, and they don't want to put that district on the new map. You know, so Edwards is withdrawing and placing an order for them to be on that map. You know, so he also called a Republican lawyer um, to draw up files for boundary, district boundary. You know, so he have a lawyer that filed notice of appeal of the judge Shelley Dix order So so we have George Sally. She the one placing the order, and she's in Baton Rouge. You know, so this is what the governor this is what the governor had announced when he was in Baton Rouge. That's what he was announcing, that he was withdrawing to appeal for the order that she placed, that she blocking it. She blocking it also from that district from being on the map. You know, and also the federal judge also is blocking the use of the new map. You know, to have only one majority black district. You know, so that district the one they're not putting placing on the map. You know, so also have a district judge, Sally Dix in Baton Rouge, the one I just spoke of. She is blocking the use of the new map. Also, she the one placing the order that is being drawn up for June the 20th. You know, so these are the two that's blocking the new map for African American district. The federal judge and Shelley Dix judge. She's in Baton Rouge. You know, so those two is blocking it from having that district on the new map. You know, so they're coming up with a new map. And they don't want that district on that map. And come to find out that's a district for African American. You know, so we pretty much need them on that map. You know, because we need all African Americans to vote. You know, and that's what Ever was saying. You know, they have the right to vote. You know, and if they're not in that, if their district is not being known, they may not be able to vote. You know, so that's why he withdrawn to have that district on the map so they'll be able to vote. You know, so I also will be withdrawing from the federal judge, and also Judge Sally Dix. You know, so they're blocking it so that district won't be on the map. And I'm going to withdraw along with Governor Edwards. You know, so who is blocking the use of the new map that have only one majority black district. Also withdrawing from George Shelley Dix, who also blocking the use of the new map black district. You know, so we cannot disclude them from the new map, because we need all African Americans to be known. They have to be known that they have the right to vote. Because if they're not known and not on the map, they probably won't be able to vote, since they're not placed on the map to be recognized. You know, so they have the right to vote. You know, and also, I mean, they should be placed on the new map. You know, because if the district not on the map, you know, the power won't be able to vote, and the power won't be legal. You know, so they have the right to vote. You know, so I don't understand what's the problem and how come. You know, because Elwood said earlier that most of the districts, the third and the sixth, is on the map. This particular district is not on the map, would not be on the map. You know, so I don't see what's the problem why they cannot be on there. But we need all African Americans to be in a district being well known, so they be able to vote. You know, because we getting so much history. You know, we already had a African American president. You know, so we might have some ladies, female ladies, running for president next. You know, so we need everyone to be able to vote. You know, so I withdraw that that district be placed on the map so they'll be able to vote. You know, so we talk about the family who lost their own children at the school. You know, these people they're so heartbreaking. We don't know the pain that they're really having right now. So they want legal action to start taking place. Meaning they're gonna start having investigation, um, so they can have closure. Because certain stuff is constantly popping up, so they want closure, and which I don't blame them. All for them to heal their pain, they would need closure. So we talked about that. We talked about they trying to get legal action taken. So they're gonna start having investigation, find out what really happened. Because they still don't know why the dude shot his grandmother and why he went to the school to start shooting people. So they're still investigating, trying to find out the whole story, what really going on, and why did it happen. So those mothers, they need closure. You know. So we also talk about this 2 year. Some kind of way he found the gun and shot his father. He a 2 year old. He probably thought it was a playgun. So I also she also probably still in pain. She also probably in pain. Because she done lost her husband. And then she is about to serve be charged with criminal justice. So and I also came with up some procedures for guns at home for everyone. Everyone. You know, anyone that have guns at home, make sure you have a box, a heavy box. Not too heavy, but a heavy box where it won't be sliding out with a child shaking it up and down. Put a lock on it. Put a lock on it. So if your teen, you're gonna put it. I say, put it on a high shelf. But I know some of y'all have teenagers and they can reach it. So even if that teenager can reach it, if that gun is locked in their box, they won't be able to open, and no one will get home. And that's my thing, for no one to get home. My job is to try to keep everything safe as possible. So if they do grab their box and it's locked, nobody will get home. So that's why I have it kind of heavy. Don't have it too thin where they can shaking it and falling all out the box. Have a box with a lock on it. Because some of you might have teenagers, and they probably goes in the parent closet. Want to know what's in that box. As long as it's locked, they won't be able to get into it. So that was a creation I did today. So the mother is serving criminal charges, for from that 2 year old finding the gun in the house. So we also talk about these two judges. You got Judge Shelley, and then you have the federal judge. They're coming up with a conference on new map, but they don't want to put the particular district on the map. And Elvis and myself saying that district have to be known, have to be known and have to be recognized for them to have the right to vote, to have the right to vote, so he have a lawyers that drawing up papers already, to have them to vote, to have them to be well known in that district, to have to be recognized. If they're not on the map, they're not gonna be recognized. Ain't nobody gonna know they exist, if they're not on the map. So we talked about that. And the federal and Shelley from Baton Rouge, they both is blocking the use of the new map from having that district placed on the map, and it happens to be the district of African Americans. So we got all kind of history going on right now. So we need all the African Americans to be able to vote. But they're not placed on the map. They ain't gonna be recognized. So and I also, that I told you earlier, we talked about I'll be drawing along with Elvis, to have that district placed on the map so they can be recognized and be well known and be able to vote, because they're not on the map, not being recognized. They won't be able to vote. It won't be legal. Because when you vote, you have to be in a certain district. And you're all on that district's on the map. So we cannot include them from the map because they have to be well known and they have to be recognized as African America to have the right to vote. So that's all the short news I have for you all today. Have a blessed night, and I see y'all on the next video.